All right, this video is going to show you how to make a box and whisker plot. All right, so we have our set of numbers here. All right, and the first thing you have to do with any set of numbers when we're talking about data, we got to put these numbers in order. So just like we did to find the median, because box and whisker plots are really about finding a lot of medians. All right, so I got to put these in order. I got a 3, a 5, I'm crossing them off as I go. I got a 7, I got an 8, I got those ones. Next smallest one is 12. I got two 14s. All right, make sure I get both those on there. I got a 15. I have 18. And I have just enough room. I got 21. All right, so let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 numbers. All right, so I got to find the middle of all these numbers, because the box and whisker plot is really about finding 3 different medians. All right, we're going to find the median of all of it first. All right, so I'm going to find the center. I'm kind of going on till I get to the middle. All right, crossing off pairs like we did last week. So here I go, and I get down to these 2 digits because I had 10 numbers. So I got to find what's directly between 12 and 14. Well, right between 12 and 14 is 13. So I'm going to draw a line there. All right, I split my data in half. Half my data is over here. Half my data is over here. So I'm going to look at just the lower half, all right? And I'm going to find a median for just this lower half. So I can ignore this. I'm just looking at these 5 numbers, all right? And if I work my way in from these 5 numbers, the middle of this right here, this lower set is the 7. I'm going to just draw a line right on top of that 7. All right, I'm just going to draw right on top of it. Now I'm going to go to the upper half, and I'm going to find the median of this upper half. So I'm working my way into the center, and the middle number in this upper half is a 15. I'm going to put a line right on top of that. All right, we're trying to make a box and whisker plot, and I want 25% of my data, 25% of my data, 25% of my data, and 25%. And it looks like I got 2 in each section because these other numbers are right on the line. Okay, 13 is not part of my data, but it's the median, so I need it. And I'm going to actually just kind of connect these, and it's starting to look like a box and whisker plot already. I have the box, I just need to get the whiskers. All right, here's a whisker. It's going to go from the biggest number, just connect to the box, and the biggest number connect to the box. And this looks exactly like a box and whisker plot, but it's missing one important thing. It's missing a number line. All right, so we need a number line on here. And it doesn't really matter what you count by. You can kind of decide what you have room for. I have numbers that go from 3 to 21, so I can probably count by ones. And I'll just start at 3. All right, well, there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops, I made 2 there. 10, 11, 13, 14. Probably should have done this before I started, huh? 17, 18, 19. Oh, see, I'm running out of room. 20 and 21. All right, we squeezed it in there. All right, and I'm just going to take what I did right on my numbers. I'm just going to transfer it down onto my box and whisker plot. So I have a line at 13. That's my median. I put a line there. I have a line for this upper median, which is actually our quartile 3 at 15. I have a line on the 7 for my quartile 1. All right, I got quartile 1, quartile 3, and I'm going to connect those to make the box. All right, and I got to put a whisker on that goes from the edge of the box all the way to 21. And I got to go from the edge of the box all the way down here to 3. All right, so I have my median. I can look at that. That's 13. I can see where my quartiles are, and I could measure, or I could calculate the interquartile range. It went from 15, that's the edge of the box, all the way down to 7. So 15 minus 7 is 8, and you're done. You've made a box and whisker plot. Okay, it helps to have it right on the numbers, and then you can translate it onto a number line. This is not your box and whisker plot up here. This is just your work to get there. Okay, you need to put it on a number line, because now you can see, oh, like this section's not the same size. I can see, all right, the numbers here, why is it so close together? Well, these are numbers just going from 13 to 15, and there's 2 numbers there. Here the numbers are much more spread out, or here they're spread out. They go all the way from 7 to 12, and so you can see where the numbers are and how they are kind of, I guess, spread out in the data set. Okay, so let's try one more real quick. I got this one set up already. I already put your numbers in order for you up here, so we don't have to do that part again. We're going to find the center of all of it, so I'm counting in as I go so I don't Miss one. All right, I got to find what's right between 21 and 23. So I put a line at 22. And now I have an upper half and a lower half. So I have 4 digits here. So I know the line's going to go here. I just got to find out what that median is. All right, so I got 23, 23, 29, and 30. So right between 23 and 29, if I count up, or I could average them out, I could find the mean. If I count up and down, I can go up to 24, down to 28, up to 25, down to 27. Oh, 26 is right here. All right, so this is going to be 26. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to count up. I get 13. I'm going to go down. 14. I got to find what's right between 13 and 14. 13 and a half. All right, and now I have my box kind of lined up here, and I can make my box and whisker plot. The highest number there is 30. The lowest is 12, and I can see I got 25%. I got 2 numbers in each section. So, all right, we're going to translate this down onto my number line. Here's a line at 22. Here's a line at 26. And a line at 13 and a half. And this data set is really spread out. When I was looking at these numbers, it reminded me of like, maybe this is like the age of people who can run like a 6-minute mile from like age 12 to 30. That was what I was thinking anyway. Probably because I just got done running. All right, so there's my box and whisker plot. Now, you might get something thrown at you called an outlier. An outlier is part of the data, all right? It's part of the data, but it's not necessarily going to fit the rest of the numbers. So let's say that these are all ages of people who can run a 6-minute mile, all right, from age 12 to 30. And then you get this 64-year-old person, all right, and they can run a 6-minute mile also. They don't really fit these sets of numbers here. It's called an outlier. And if I wanted to, I could put them on my box and whisker plot. I probably wouldn't include them in this whisker because that would be stretched out over 34 numbers. You would just put a little dot way down here wherever 64 was. Okay? So, you now know how to make a box and whisker plot, and I'm going to go comb my hair.